So, I'm getting the download that somebody is experiencing psychological and emotional damage. This could be this could be a individual that was or is involved in or exposed to death cults. And death cult, the psychological toll can be really extreme. And this is a person that was or is glorifying, death and destruction. This is a person that feels very alienated. They feel hopelessness. For some of you, they feel extreme guilt. All right. And this could be someone who keeps like questioning their own like beliefs or something. And this is someone that is or was exposed to or involved in a death cult. And again, they're dealing with some sort of like psychological or emotional damage here. This could be someone who idolizes death in a way like it could turn like violent. This is someone who idolizes like mass destruction. This person could be acting or talking as if they're in some sort of like unaliving cult, the S word, SUICIDE cult. That could be for someone very specific, maybe not for everyone, but it's like also this person is like so obsessed and idolizing death, but yet they don't want to meet death themselves. Or this is someone, again, who like romanticizes death or glorifies it, but deep down inside they're actually fucking terrified of dying. This person feels like death can purify you, which, yeah, in a way, most definitely, but it's like this is somebody who is taking certain things like too far, or they have in the past. This could be someone who likes to prey on vulnerable individuals, particularly those that are facing like personal crisis, or just, people that are questioning life itself. And this could be someone who tries to promise some sort of like meaning or escape from pain through death, which could actually lead to a dangerous or destructive outcome. For some of you, these people or this person is doing it on purpose because they're hoping that you or someone else or people in general will become destructive, dangerous, or maybe even for some of you, this person could be trying to get you to unalive yourself or something, or they don't want you to escape death because they like glorify it in a really weird way. And of course, like death itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. And this person may also view it that way. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they're like over glorifying it in like a really weird, and maybe in a really destructive type of way. This person is suffering a lot mentally, maybe even physically. This person like glorifies chaos. This person could worship chaos. This is someone who rejects the system, or they reject certain things. They reject structure or control or order, which again is not necessarily a bad thing, but something about this person is like they're taking things too far. This could even be someone that has said something to you like, you deserve to DIE, or you should DIE because of X, Y, and Z, or you're going to suffer in death or something. Like this could even be someone who uses death to like harass you with or something. So I'm picking up different messages for different people, so please only take what resonates for you. And of course, like, death is not the end. It's a necessary step in the cycle of life. And there's nothing wrong with like being comfortable with death or not fearing death, but there's something about this person, this individual, or maybe even a group of people, like I keep saying, something about them is taking it too far. It's almost like they're trying to get out of something, or they're trying to provoke something. This is somebody who keeps trying to break free from suffering or some kind of control. This could be a very nihilistic type of person. They definitely could be in some sort of despair. They truly believe that death is the ultimate freedom, but yet deep down they're actually scared of dying. This person could be trying to rebel in a very desperate kind of way as well. Magic the Gathering could be a confirmation for someone. The lotus flower could be a confirmation for someone. But this is somebody who's like worshiping the power of like death and decay. This could be someone who believes that death is a gateway to like ultimate power here. This could even be someone who has gotten away with unaliving someone in their past. Like they didn't get charged, they didn't go to jail. This could even be someone that's on the run, or someone that has disappeared, or maybe for some of you, they just got away with unaliving someone. And I don't know why, but this person like always fantasizes about it. Like if they have unalived someone, they constantly replay that in their head, and they like romanticize it and fantasize about it. It's really, really weird. But yeah, something about this person, they're using the glorification of death as a tool to control other people, or to control you, or to control a situation. Jim Jones is coming to, like, this person could be talking like Jim Jones or acting like Jim Jones. For any of you that are familiar with the Jonestown massacre that was led by Jim Jones, which was a mass unaliving of like over 900 people or something like that, or close to 1,000 people, because Jim Jones' ideology was deeply intertwined with notions of death and sacrifice, as well as the end of the world. This could be someone that has tried sacrificing you in the past, or they have gotten away with sacrificing someone in their life, and they like justify whatever they did in their own like weird warped type of way. This could even be someone, I don't like to go all satanic panic in the 80s on you guys, because I do believe a lot of people just like to deem a lot of things satanic, even if it's not. So I'm not trying to go there with this, but this could be someone that actually was involved in a legit satanic cult at one point in their life. And this person developed a lot of nihilistic, or maybe even, like some sort of like nihilistic beliefs, or this person like believes in anarchy. Because again, they idolize something to do with like death or destruction. They feel rejected, so they're trying to like reject some sort of like societal norms as well. This is an individual. They could be single. They may keep to themselves. They may be very alone. They could be single, or they could just like keep to themselves a lot. This person just wants to annihilate everything. This is the type of person, also this person may feel like they're going to be free of something. Like they feel like once they die, they're going to be free of something violent that they have done in their lifetime. But but they also like justify their violence as well. This person's very, very delusional. For someone very specific, this could have been someone that was in some sort of secret society. And they could be obsessed with like philosophies that promote very dark and morbid and death-based type of philosophies. This could be someone that could have practiced rituals in their past at some point. I'm also picking up on India, so India could be a confirmation. There was actually a death cult in India. There was a group in India that practiced ritual unaliving in the name of the goddess Kali, and they would like strangle. Speaking of strangling, I can't even talk about this. They would strangle travelers as a form of sacrifice, believing that they were truly believing that they were serving the goddess Kali by spreading death and destruction. And that could just be like an example of like how this person is. Like they go around trying to harm people or be violent, and then they like try to justify this, or maybe this is someone who is using, like this group, they were doing this in the name of goddess Kali. And I'm not saying that goddess Kali is meant to be used that way. But unfortunately, people will use our gods and goddesses, for their own agenda. And this could be a person that's doing that. They could be using certain gods or goddesses or philosophies to justify their agenda here. Now, I love Goddess Kali, and I know not everyone that, works with Goddess Kali is going to be doing shit like that, but you got to understand, like, there's people out there. I've made this example before, like, just because I work with, certain gods or goddesses doesn't mean that someone down the street is working with the same ones, but for a very negative reason or a low vibration. Sorry, the message got cut off. Ironically enough, my phone died in the middle of these messages. So, yeah, like I was trying to say, people will use, gods, goddesses, angels, all, entities, energies. They'll use those things for their own personal agenda. And then they'll try to justify it as well. And by personal agenda, I mean death, So this is a really heavy energy that I'm picking up on. I think I already mentioned the Jim Jones too. Like, this person's giving like Jim Jones vibes, Jonestown type of vibes. Trying to remember where I left off, and yeah, for some of you this could be someone that has been in a legit like type of satanic cult. And I just want to make it very clear that not all people, I know plenty of Satanists that would be completely against the energy that I'm picking up on. Okay, not all people that identify as Satanists are bad. I don't identify as a Satanist, but I know people that do. And there's a lot of loving, caring people that identify as certain things, but unfortunately there's always going to be a bad apple in something. In any type of group, there's going to be bad and good, or there's going to be people using things for bad and good. In every type of religion, every type of perspective, every type of group there's always going to be good and bad. But this could be someone who definitely like worship the much darker aspects of existence, to promote some sort of self-destruction or annihilation of something or someone, or maybe even yourself. And I'm trying to remember what else I was talking about. But yeah, the worship of Kali isn't necessarily about the pursuit of death, but rather than the belief that destruction makes way for new creation. And someone could just be using Kali for like their own weird death agenda. I'm also picking up the Book of the Dead in Egypt. Something about the Book of the Dead in Egypt could be a confirmation as well. Obviously, the Egyptians did believe in a afterlife, and it was very much a significant part of their religion, where they focused on death as well as, the preservation of the body through mummification. And it's not necessarily like a death cult, but the Egyptians were obsessed with the afterlife and death rituals, but not the type of death rituals that I'm picking up on. They were more into like burial practices. It was essential to their culture. And I'm not picking up stuff like that. Like, I understand that there's a lot of talk of death and spirituality, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But again, I'm picking up on a person that is taking something too far, or they're using it for their own agenda, or they have in the past. This could be someone who believes in unaliving people as like a sacrifice or something. So I don't know. I'm getting different messages for different people for sure. But this is definitely someone that has a very extreme nihilistic ideology where they worship death in a negative way. And this could be someone who tries to gaslight people, like making people think or feel like it's not as bad as it really is. This is somebody who I really feel like this is someone who wishes everyone to DIE. Like, this is someone that's so like extremely nihilistic and so into their ways that this is someone that would be happy if the world were to end. I feel like this is someone who's trying to spread some sort of word of death, chaos, or destruction. This person is like losing it mentally. But they could definitely be using like old ideologies, old belief systems, old cultural, I can't fucking talk today, old like cultural perspectives and stuff, but they're like twisting it to their own like weird destructive way. And again, I feel like, oh wow, okay, so my entertainment center has a LED strip and it just came on by itself and it's flashing red. This person may end up going to jail at some point in their life. This person could have gotten away with unaliving people or trying to... This could even be someone who tries to talk people into unaliving themselves or something, or... I don't know, but my entertainment center, the red light is like flashing like a police officers would, or a ambulance. Maybe this person, maybe they don't go to jail. Maybe they end up having to get on a ambulance. I don't know. A police officer is coming for them, or an ambulance is coming for them. This could be someone who is even on their deathbed. And they could be like preaching and praising death, but they're actually terrified of it. And when that day comes, I don't think they're actually going to be able to handle it like they so-called claim. Because I feel like this person has gotten away with doing really disgusting, evil, low vibrational things, possibly to you or other people. This is someone I feel like that also wants to see you DIE, and they could have literally have told you that at one point. So I don't know who this is I'm picking up on. It's going to be different for different people, but there's some sort of police officer or ambulance that will be headed their way in the near future.